my YouTube channel, #moviebabe. I am moviebabe, and in this video, I'm going to be reviewing, spoiler and spoiler-free, reviewing the series All the Queen's Men, available on BET+. But before we get too into it, though, I would like for you all to drop down and hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Because here on Movie Babe, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that's the type of content that you like, you might as well hit the subscribe button and stick around, okay? My current series regulars are P-Valley and Baddies that premieres on Zeus. So if you watch those shows as well, I recap those as well, all right? Let's go ahead and get into a spoiler-free review of All the Queen's Men. So this show was written by Christian Keys. Y'all know Christian Keys? The name sounds familiar, right? I know, I had to Google it too. So Christian Keys, to me, is known from Tyler Perry's plays. He was a light-skinned dude with the puppy dog hair and a big-ass cross on his chest. That's Christian Keys. Well, he wrote a book entitled Ladies' Night, and then it has been then adapted into this television show. Tyler Perry, unfortunately, is the EP. So, you know, some things are kind of cheap, okay? And if Christian Keys was inspired by Tyler Perry at all, some scenes, not all scenes, thank God, but some scenes are long, boring, and drawn out. So, let's start with the cons of this show. Cons of this show. The first 2 episodes are very hard to watch. Because the first episode in particular is structured so badly. The camera angles, I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's also directed by Kim Fields, which when I saw that, her name flashed across on the scene where I was like, why are they recording the back of their heads? I thought she could do better. So there's some camera work that's like really, really like shoddy. Set design, one scene in particular that's really, really cheap. And just some acting that is really, really cringe. So what else is a con? Another con is in some scenes, like I stated, it's a little bit drawn out, more particularly the love scene, quote unquote, with Dime and Amp. Like every time they have a conversation, I skip that shit because they're on my screen for 6 minutes talking about nothing. And I honestly think those are all the cons. Oh, no. One very important con is there are 2 unwarranted rape scenes. And I don't like that. I don't agree with that because it was unwarranted. It was like, why did he do that right there? Like, what? And then why did she do that there? Like, that was what? To me. So it could be my bias. Probably not. I just feel like those scenes were just OD and too much and could have honestly been changed to something else or taken out altogether. The positives of this show is the drama. The drama and the storylines are like so like, oh my God, like dang, something else. It's like, well, who is this and who is that? So the drama of this show is good. Like it's always something, very much so, something happening, okay? That's seen and not seen. Another plus about this show is it does get better. Like I stated, Eva Marcel's character in here is a cutthroat, fucking mafia bitch. And at first, Eva, who's playing Madam, and her henchman or henchwoman Blue, their acting is like so forced. It's like they're trying too hard to be hard. But as the show progresses, it becomes more natural and less motherfucker this, motherfucker that. And I appreciate that because you saying motherfucker is not a gangster make, okay? But yeah, I honestly feel like if you are into indie productions, watch this show. Drama-wise, it is very worthwhile watching. If you can get around the trash dialogue at times and some of the bad acting, Sky Black, then you can tolerate this show, you know? Yeah. All right, now let's go ahead and get into the spoiler part of this review. So, Marilyn, I don't know her last name, but she goes by Madame. She is the owner of a strip club. She also has her hands in a lot of different things, okay? We find out later in the season that she runs one of the local street gangs and just launders all types of money and all types of everything, okay? But she comes from this lifestyle. Her dad was a former kingpin himself. He moved women, he moved guns, he moved drugs. Like, he was on the FBI's most wanted list, okay? So it's in her blood to be so gangster, basically. But she runs a strip club, and a male review strip club, by the way. And that's where all the drama and things come in, okay? So we're gonna go storyline by storyline. Well, first we have Midnight. Midnight's personal storyline is, well, he kind of like does the dirty work for Madam as well. Like, he kills a couple people, bury a couple people, like whatever she needs him to do, he's her muscle. But his personal storyline is that his dick is falling off. I'm sorry, that's not funny. His dick is falling off because he does this thing called beefing. So, if you're new to this male review world, as I am, beefing is when they, I'm trying to say this appropriately, when they get their penis erect, they tie it off, so they cut off the circulation or proper circulation in their penis so they can stay hard. Beefing, you know, so they can have that print all night. So he does that so much so where his penis isn't getting circulation in all the right areas, and some of it's dead. And the doctor was like, if you don't stop that, you're going to literally lose your dick, okay? And if you lose your dick, you lose your money, because he's a male stripper, and they sometimes go the extra mile, all right? Next up, we have El Fuego, okay? He is the quote-unquote Latin dancer that everybody thinks that he's faking his accent. It's kind of funny, actually. It's a scene in there, and he starts speaking Spanish, and Midnight is like, nigga, you from Alabama. Like, that was so funny to me. I had to rewind it. It was so funny. Anyhow, El Fuego, he doesn't indulge in all the things that all the other strippers do. Like, he doesn't have sex with the clients, he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. Like, he's on the straight and narrow. He just came to dance for y'all, and that's it, okay? Because El Fuego is also going to school for IT, and he has dreams of opening his own company. Now, his skills come in use later in the season when Madam thinks that her club is bugged with cameras and microphones because somebody is trying to set her up for something, all right? He is also getting sexually assaulted by this white girl at the gym that they go to. Like, she forcefully gives him fellatio, and he's like, yo, I don't want any of this from you. I don't know if he's gay or not, or if he's just really, like, you know, on the straight and narrow and trying to get out of the game. Next up, we have Babyface. Babyface. So Babyface is the oldest dancer there, but he has a baby face, right? He is into some shit, y'all. Okay, so first off, he's sleeping with one of his regular clients. That's his sugar mama. She pays for the car, the house, everything. But he's also having issues with his baby mama, okay? She's taking him to court, suing for child support. And he's like, I don't want to pay child support because all she do is buy designer bags and shoes and shit, all right? But the judge over his case is blackmailing him. She's like, unless you want to go to jail, every time I call, you need to come. Literally and figuratively, okay? So she's blackmailing him into sexual favors, so it would eventually control the ruling for his child support case. Now, in the season, Madam, Eva Marcel's character, she uses Babyface as leverage, meaning like, so now she has the judge, quote unquote, underneath her, in her pocket, as well as a lawyer, because his sugar mama is a lawyer, in her pocket as well. So every time Madam finds out information in the club, she tries to find out how she can use it to her advantage. So she's exploiting the judge, blackmailing the judge for blackmailing Babyface. And then she also retains Babyface's sugar mama as her lawyer in the season. Next up, we have Doc. Now, Doc is kind of like the captain of the dance team, no cap. Madam gives him that regard. However, Doc brings the most bullshit with him, okay? So Doc is having sex with Madam's business partner. So they're co-owners of the strip club, and Doc is having sex with the other owner's wife, okay? So her husband finds out, his name was Alan. Alan finds out that his wife is sleeping with one of the dancers, and he wants to kill Doc. So he forces his wife, this is one of the scenes I'm talking about, to call Doc over so he can kill him. So when Doc comes over, he pulls out the gun. Madam pops out of nowhere, shoots Alan in the head. Now that gets rid of two birds with one stone, because Alan was trying to get Madam to sell her share of the club. Now the wife is there. Her name is Tina. The wife is there the whole time. She's a witness to this, okay? So the entire season, the wife is trying to set up Madam and Doc for killing her husband. She's trying to, get some footage, record them, get them on the internet. I mean, not get them on the internet, but turn them into the police, okay? So they're going through that the entire season. But later on, she skips town. They finally get a hold of her. Doc goes to see her because she's like, I miss you, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. She tries to go down and give him fellatio to show how much she misses him, but she wants to cut his dick off. She tries to cut his penis off. And it wasn't even, oh no, you killed my husband. Well, it was. She was like, you killed my husband. He takes care of me. But you said we were going to be together and you got a baby. Oh yeah, he got a baby on the way with another girl, with one of his other clients he tried to sleep with. And she's just like, we're supposed to be together. If I can't have it, no one can. And she tries to cut his penis off and he pulls out a gun and shoots her in the head. Shoots her blank, square, dead in the head. All right. So Doc, it brings so much drama with him to the strip club because he keeps sleeping with his clients. And it's so funny because right before, he kills Tina, he's like, I got to stop messing with my clients. And then he goes and messes with another client. I'm like, you don't learn. Okay. Lord Jesus. He was just Lord. Okay. So now we're going to get into Amp. Damn, there's a lot of characters in here. I gotta hurry up. So lastly, we have Amp. Now, Amp is Madam's nephew, and he just got out of prison for involuntary manslaughter. He was drinking and driving and killed his girlfriend who was in the passenger seat when they had a car accident. So he goes to jail for He goes to prison for 9 years. He just gets out and he lives in a halfway house now. He's trying not to work at the club because that's kind of what led to him being under the influence so much. But he can't hold down a job because of his record, so he eventually goes back to Madam's club, his aunt's club, to work. He starts as the doorman, and then he eventually starts dancing there. Now, what's important about this? Amp's ex-girlfriends, deceased girlfriends, her family wants revenge, obviously, so they set him up to be jumped and try to be killed or whatever, and Madam has to go call that shit off. She's like, don't play with me, y'all know how I get down. Amp is also in a halfway house, so he's on probation, parole, I don't know what's the difference, but he's getting drug and alcohol tested, and the people in the halfway house, not all of them, but some of them, his roommate in particular, don't remember his name right now, and one of the other guys who runs it, they're they're dirty, okay? They set up people to go back to jail. So they want to set up Amp, but they know that he works at Club Eden, and Club Eden has a lot of money in it. So they eventually rob Club Eden. And yeah, that's how the season goes off. Something that's really minuscule that I really don't give a fuck about is Amp tries to talk to Dime, who is the strip club manager and the DJ. Every time they have a scene on the screen, I swear to God, I skip it, y'all. It's so cringy, so boring, and I wish they never wrote that shit in there. Now, let's get to our head honcho, Eva Marcel playing Madam, okay? Like I stated before, she's an OG player. Her dad was an OG in the game as well. But right now, her dad has Alzheimer's, okay? And he's in the care of her half-sister. Now, the half-sister, who I found out was played by Ronnie from Players Club, bitch, first off, she was the only person who was really acting in episode 1. Every time she's on the scene, I believe it, okay? But her sister is neglecting the father. I mean, leaving him pissy, leaving him shitty, leaving the house for multiple hours and then coming back. We find out later that she was even having sex in front of her dad, just being really disrespectful, treating him wrong, right? In the season, underneath her care, while she was gone, someone came and kidnapped their dad twice, okay? The dad is in a wheelchair, so somebody's walking in and kidnapping him, okay? So Eva is trying to get custody of her father, and she does, because she has, remember, the judge in her pocket as well as the lawyer. So she ends up having custody of her father, and she puts him into a home where he can be cared for 24 hours out of the day. While she goes to visit her father, she's telling him all types of things like, yo, the FBI is on me. I just caught 2 more bodies. And he like, yo, like, he can't talk or whatever. He's not supposed to be able to talk. So he's like telling her like the room is wired. So she takes him into the bathroom, and then she's like, he starts talking. She's like, oh my God, Dad, you're okay? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. But this is the only way I could get out of prison is if they thought that I was really, really ill. So he has to pretend like he has Alzheimer's and dementia so he would be out of prison. Okay. But so that was like a big what the fuck in the season. But also we have Eva, who cares so much for the kids, and so much so where she cares for this foster kid who we find out is an undercover police trying to turn her in, along with another person who frequents the club. We also find out that it's just so many people after Eva Marcel. Her business partner, Alan, that she killed, he was laundering money for a very wealthy family, the DeMarcuses or something like that. So she has to take over his laundering money duties, or they'll basically kill her. Let's see, FBI. Oh, it's the murder case with Tanya's husband, Alan, her business partner. It's just so many people that are out to get Madam right now, and that's how the season goes off. You have Blue, who's in prison because she was found at the crime scene of Tina when she was trying to clean up Doc's mistake. The police come in, and like I said, she was caught at the crime scene, so she's put in prison. Blue is also sleeping with a police officer, and that police officer goes to see Madam, and she's like, go get my wife out of prison. It's all your fault. And Eva shoots the gun towards the door, like, bitch, who the fuck you talking to? Because she doesn't want to kill her, because that's her, basically like her partner's wife. But it's like, who you talking to? But in the midst of doing that, the bullet goes through the door and accidentally shoots her nephew, Amp. The FBI looking for her because they're in cahoots. They're working with the Atlanta Police Department to bring her down. And because Blue's in prison, Eva went to go see her dad that day. And Dime, who was at the club, was bomb rushed by Anthony's roommate from the halfway house. They end up robbing a strip club, and the season goes off. I was like, now, why the hell they ended like that? They must have known that we were getting a season 2. I'm happy I binged it 2 days prior because I need to find out what happens next. I will be doing episode reviews. Hopefully they keep my attention like they did this season. If you are interested, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay tuned for those recaps. Like I stated earlier, I also recap and review P-Valley as well as Baddies that premieres on Zeus. Don't forget, while you are supporting all these black businesses, support this black business by liking this video if you enjoyed it, subscribing to my channel to stick around, and leave a comment down in the box below. Is there anything I missed? What's your favorite storyline? Is this story better than you thought it would be? Leave that down below, all right? I'll see y'all next time. It's a date.